Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, July 23rd. Our impacts today, potpourri, strong gusty winds here in eastern Nevada and far western Utah, drier air punching in behind the thunderstorm activity, which is pushing northwards. A lot of this thunderstorm activity will be a mix of wet and dry, where you see the yellow shades and yellow dots, and more of a wet thunderstorm or wetting rain type pattern over the higher terrain of Idaho, western Wyoming, and the higher terrain of central Utah on eastwards as that monsoon in southern eastern areas gets going. Still some isolated lightning in the Sierra, a little bit more on the wetter side. Activity starts tapering down Friday and Saturday as the moisture gets confined more to isolated areas further south and east. Quite a bit of lightning on the map today. You can see from Utah, quite wet down here, all the way through much of northern Nevada, parts of southern Idaho. Precipitation here shows it was a mix of wet and dry, but with the numerous lightning amounts, we probably will see quite a bit of new starts and fire activity, which is shown here. New starts in the red, numerous across parts of northern Nevada, northern Utah, and we expect this map to become even more active as we go through the day today. Other than that, precipitation over the past 7 days, it was quite dry across most areas, especially up in Idaho. You can see percent of normal here, much below normal, 0 to 10%. We see the brick red areas. Orange areas indicate about 50% of normal, so there's some monsoonal moisture here, but still below normal for late July. But from what we've had, the cloud cover and the moisture, you can see the ERCs coming down in eastern Utah. You see the green. You can see where it's still pretty dry ERC-wise in southern, southwestern Utah, the Arizona Strip, and parts of Nevada, and then kind of modifying a little bit in more yellows in northern Nevada and parts of southern Idaho where we had some moisture in the last 24 hours. 10-hour fuels have responded to some of that moisture through here. You can see some of the yellow and green areas in northeast Nevada, but still critically dry in the areas in the red and even in the pink, where 10-hour fuels are 5% or lower. Satellite imagery shows a trough low pressure over California, and that moisture with that lightning surge in Nevada and northern Utah yesterday pushing up into Idaho. Still some deeper moisture here in southeast or eastern Utah connected to the larger scale monsoon. So for today, there's that monsoonal moisture in eastern Utah. Dry air punching in through here. We do have high risk for winds along the Nevada-Utah border. That'll be our main concern today, and that drier air or drier conditions in northern Nevada will increase the risk of holdovers. Here on the left, you see those winds, orange gusting to near 30 miles per hour. There will be some scattered light precipitation or isolated thunderstorms still in northern Nevada, wetter storms as you head further to the east and especially to the north, over half-inch of rain in the higher terrain of Idaho. You can see the relative humidity with those winds, single digits to low teens in eastern Nevada and parts of western Utah. That is the concern. We have existing fires there as well in those areas. On Friday, moisture starts moving out, shifts over to the east. We have drier air starting to punch in through here, fire potential on the right. Still some isolated scattered lightning in northern Nevada and eastern Utah, but eastern Utah will be quite moist at this point, also up in the highest terrain of eastern Idaho. Winds overall starting to diminish. Humidity still very dry in our southern areas and central areas of Nevada, single digits to low teens. That pushes into parts of western Utah and starting to dry out in Idaho as well. Saturday, high pressure building off the Pacific coast. Trough low pressure over the northern tier states. The deep monsoonal moisture starting to nick southeast Utah, but not much further westwards than that. Humidity, you see them drying out all through Nevada and even low teens into southern Idaho. Wind field on the left, quite light. 3-day precipitation totals, you can see heaviest up here in central Idaho, some pockets of a ½ to 3/4 of an inch. Also in eastern Utah as well, and up near the high Sierra crest. Further down the road to Sunday, another trough of low pressure, a weak one starts forming as high pressure builds in. Under this high, we'll get hotter and drier. You can see the delineation between the driest areas and the more moist areas further to the southeast. That really doesn't change, but we do see another push of monsoonal moisture across eastern and central Utah. Thunderstorms should be on the wetter side here, and that moisture moves out Tuesday, we have high pressure trying to build in. The high pressure builds in by Wednesday. We'll have to watch a little piece of monsoonal moisture possibly breaking off into far southern Nevada and the Arizona Strip. Still quite a few days away from that. 7-day precipitation totals through here. 8 to 14 day does show a good monsoonal push in this period, so we should start seeing more moistening across our eastern and southern areas. Otherwise, drier than normal and warmer than normal. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.